Can you believe it? Chevy Camaro once manufactured a car so highly anticipated that only one person in the world got to own it. The Chevrolet Camaro, born in 1967, quickly became an American icon. From its debut, it captured hearts with its sleek design and powerful performance. Over the years, Chevy rolled out special editions and custom options, making each Camaro unique. But did you also know that despite its popularity, it faced some breaks in production? Yet, every time it came back stronger, continuing to wow fans and critics alike. Have you ever wondered about the rarest and most extraordinary Camaros out there? Nowadays, we talk of 550 horsepower, but let me shock you with our first car on our list. Its horsepower is just shocking, unless someone tells me I understood it wrong. When the Camaro was redesigned for the 1982 model year, it marked a radical departure from the previous generation. Gone were the rounded curves, replaced by sharp creases and flat surfaces. The impractical small trunk was swapped for a convenient rear hatch with a large greenhouse. The chassis received significant upgrades, including replacing the rear leaf springs with coils and updating the front suspension with modern struts. These changes improved the handling and gave the Camaro a sleek, modern look that epitomized the best of the 1980s design. However, the 1980s were a challenging time for power. Detroit was struggling to balance performance with stricter emissions regulations. As a result, even the top-performing Z28 couldn't exceed 165 horsepower. The base model Camaro was particularly underwhelming, equipped with a 2.4-liter, four-cylinder engine known as the Iron Duke. With a quarter-mile time of nearly 20 seconds, it was more frustrating than fun. Out of the 189,747 Camaros sold in 1982, only 21,802 had the Iron Duke engine. With the V6 model being only $125 extra for the new Camaro, it was an easy choice to make. This makes the Iron Duke Camaro rare. Relatively few were sold, and even fewer have survived to today. There's not much of a collector market for vintage 90-horsepower Camaros, so most of them have rusted away. Most of us remember well these years when we thought the Camaro had gone for good, but it was. Gas shortages and government emissions regulations in the mid-1970s drained the power from the Camaro, but it came roaring back a decade later with the IROC-Z, which replaced the Z28 as the performance leader starting in 1985. The 1987 model was special for two reasons. First, it introduced a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, increasing horsepower to 225. Second, it brought back the convertible body style for the first time since 1969. In 1987, Camaro buyers could choose the most powerful street, legal IROC-Z. It came with two engine options: a tuned port injection 305 cubic inch V8 with 195 horsepower and a 4-speed automatic or 220 horsepower, and a 5-speed manual and a 350 cubic inch engine with 230 horsepower, and a 4-speed automatic transmission. 1987 was also the year Camaro fans could buy a convertible again. Only 744 units received the convertible conversion, making them commemorative editions for Camaro's 20th anniversary. These cars featured front disc brakes, 15-inch wheels, a black soft top, and the Sport F41 suspension. According to Hegarty, a mint-condition 1988 Chevrolet Camaro IROC-Z is valued at around $42,200, reflecting the rarity and desirability of these classic cars. I bet you might not have heard this name before. Don Yenko, built a legendary reputation as one of the best Chevrolet tuners in the U.S.'s workshop, was famous for replacing stock Camaro engines with 7.0-liter V8 from the Chevy Corvette. They installed the 7.0-liter engine and a conversion package featuring a front anti-sway bar, wide tires, and a 140 miles per hour speedometer. These 1969 Yenko Camaros were equipped with a 7.0-liter V8 engine that officially produced 425 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. However, dyno tests often showed these engines producing over 550 horsepower. The Yenko Camaros could easily accelerate beyond 140 miles per hour. They came with either a 4-speed manual, M21, or a 3-speed automatic transmission, and only 201 units were produced, with 171 having the manual transmission and the rest featuring the automatic gearbox. It's common to mix up generations and editions, but as long as you're familiar with all these Camaros we've discussed, that confusion shouldn't bother you too much. because I'm sure you know this next one. The 1970 Camaro marked the beginning of its second generation, and this year was notable for introducing the powerful 360 horsepower luxury Touring 1 engine. It was equipped with a 5.7-liter V8 engine, producing 360 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 4-speed Muncie manual transmission. This one-of-a-kind Camaro was equipped with a prototype power-sliding sunroof, a feature that never made it to production. Out of the 3 built for testing purposes, only 1 remains today. Alongside its sunroof testing, Chevrolet used this car in the wind tunnel to test front and rear spoilers for the Sports Car Club of America Trans Am Series. The single existing unit is owned by Mike Ryan of Spokane, and if it were to go to auction, it would undoubtedly fetch an exorbitant price due to its uniqueness and historical significance. Some of these cars are just beyond description, and praise is just a bucket list thing. To explore them, that would be an achievement. You can actually look for this next car and try it. The 1967 Chevrolet Camaro made its debut with multiple trim options, including the Z28, RS, and SS, each offering distinct features. Today, SS models, especially convertibles produced in smaller numbers, are highly coveted by collectors. However, even rarer are the Indy Pace Car editions. Chevrolet selected the Camaro as the official pace car for the 51st Indianapolis 500-mile race, a tradition that GM has continued with various models over the years. Production numbers were limited, with approximately 81 allocated to race promotional purposes and an unknown quantity sold through dealers to well-connected buyers. Estimates suggest only a few hundred were ever made, some equipped with a 396 engine, while others had a 350, though specific details remain unclear. With such limited production, encountering an original 1967 Camaro Indy Pace car is a rare treat, usually reserved for museums or select car shows. Apart from limited edition models, some cars become rare simply because of unique modifications. Do you think it's worth searching for these modified versions? I am talking of the Yenko legacy, with Chevrolet began in the 1960s, when Don Yenko started modifying Corvairs and later moved on to enhancing Camaros, becoming synonymous with high-performance Chevy models. By 1981, as the muscle car era waned, Yenko unveiled one last standout, the 1981 Chevrolet Camaro Yenko Turbo Z. In a departure from earlier central office production order specials, Yenko took a standard Z28 with its modest 175 horsepower LM1 350 V8 and introduced forced induction. Using Turbo International's turbocharging system, available in Stage 1 and Stage 2 packages, power soared to an estimated 240 to 250 horsepower, though exact figures were never officially documented. To manage turbo-related challenges like ignition issues, Yenko added a water injection system and a fuel heater, ensuring compliance with emissions standards across all 50 states. Only 19 of these turbocharged Camaros were ever produced. Today, spotting one of these rare cars is a stroke of luck, typically reserved for enthusiasts at select car shows. I may have covered the past so much, but have you all heard of the 2024 Chevrolet Camaro Collector's Edition, right? The final generation of the Chevrolet Camaro has a special send-off with the Camaro Collector's Edition. Based on the powerful ZL1 trim, it packs a supercharged 6.2-liter V8 engine pumping out 650 horsepower. This beast features enhanced cooling with 11 heat exchangers and 6-piston Brembo brakes for superior stopping power. It's all about performance and style, giving the Camaro a bold and aggressive look. Available exclusively in Panther Black Matte paint with metallic black ZL1 stripes, red brake calipers, and black lug nuts, this edition is truly eye-catching. Only 350 units will be made, each numbered with special touches like a serial-numbered steering wheel badge, custom laser-etched floor mats, and unique front fender Panther graphics. Priced at $14,999 above the standard ZL1, these collector's edition Camaros will be rare and highly sought after. You'll likely only spot one at a dealership, as they're sure to disappear quickly into collectors' hands. Some are so scarce that spotting one is a rare treat, adding to their allure and value. With names like Penske and Yenko tied to its legacy, the Camaro has cemented its place in automotive history. Out of these special Camaros, which one would you love to take for a spin? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up.